Hello all, this is Jeff Harvey from Down Under Visa. We are a registered migration agency here in the Philippines and we specialise in getting Australian visas for Australian Filipina couples. Topic today, online weddings, can they get you an Australian visa? Australian partner visa, Australian tourist visa, can they get you an exemption to the current travel bans so the applicant can go into Australia? Look, I first heard about online weddings early in 2021. Actually, correctly, I did hear about it last year sometime. I heard a client said to me, what about an online wedding? I just dismissed it outright. It just sounded like another dreaded Facebook rumour, something you'd heard online, from the type of thing that gets people into trouble, as those stories tend to do. Now, we run a reputable and ethical practice here. We're not cowboys here. We don't break rules, and we certainly don't take clients down pathways that could lead to disaster. We'd rather say no, and that's what I said when I first heard of that. Look, I did a bit of a search at the time, and all I could see was online weddings are not legal in Australia, so I ceased looking up until I heard about it again. Then I found out that I heard that it could be done through Utah in the USA. Now, they would marry non-US residents, and it sounded a little bit more promising, so I looked into it and I found the website of the government in Provo in Utah. I'm not sure if that's considered a province or what it is, but anyway, that's where it's done, Provo in Utah. Right there in the heart of Mormon country. Apparently 82% of the population in Provo, Utah are Mormons, so if you find that interesting or not, I'm a bit of a trivia buff. Okay, well, I emailed the Provo government several times after reading their websites, and it's actually the Provo government, the Provo, Utah government that does it all. There's no wedding coordinators or go-betweens or any sort of various opportunists out there. It's all done directly with them. No, they don't allow anybody to act for them, which is fair enough. Organising marriage licences online as well as the weddings online, and they would issue a US marriage certificate from the government office there. Note carefully, the marriage certificate says that Mr. and Mrs. Visa applicant were married in Provo, Utah. Now, it does not say virtual wedding. It doesn't say this is an online marriage certificate. Now, if you walked into the Provo government office tomorrow and married in person, or whether you do it online this way, you get exactly the same certificate. It's a US marriage certificate, all perfectly legal in the US. Now, I did some further checking. I checked with an Australian family law specialist lawyer, and I also checked with the Attorney General's department, because they're the ones who tell you whether something is legal or not legal. Now, these are the facts. No, you can't marry online under Australian law. You cannot get an Australian wedding online. However, you can marry online in Provo, Utah under US law. There's no need to be US citizens, and there is no need to be resident there. And under Section 88D of the Marriage Act of 1961, that's Australian law, Australia accepts overseas marriages, just as Australia recognises Philippines marriage certificates, as long as the wedding was legal in that country, as long as it wasn't bigamous, in other words, can't be married to two people at once, no one underage, no one coerced or not understanding what they're entering into. So as long as that's covered, it is legal. Now, the Utah weddings do conform to these requirements. So, they check IDs, and the couple are briefly interviewed online before the marriage license is issued. So, they're making sure that your bride-to-be isn't there going, I don't know what's happening. They're making sure that's all covered. So, that means it is covering everything that Section 88D of the Marriage Act requires. So, Australia is also a signatory of the UN Convention on Marriages 1978, and what that, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here, I've lost where which says the same, exactly the same as above. So Australia recognises the sanctity and the legality of overseas marriages. This is why you don't, people ask me, oh, do I have to register like a Philippines marriage in Australia? No need. Can't register, but don't need to register because it's, boom, it's recognised. If you're married in the Philippines, you're married in Australia. If you're married in the US, in Provo, Utah, or wherever, you are married in Australia. That's how it works. And Australian immigration refers to the Marriage Act for its definition of the word spouse. This is why the immigration legislation didn't require any changing when same-sex marriages became law. One day to the next, we could apply for partner visas based on same-sex weddings. So it's no different here. They look to the definition in the Marriage Act. The Marriage Act says fine, so therefore immigration says fine. So, after we started telling people about this, the wedding started. How many? I haven't been counting, but I'd say 30 to 40 couples by now. And they all said it was easy, quick and remarkably cheap. About Australian dollars, about $140 for the whole thing, marriage licence, ceremony, the lot. And we would have marriage certificates uploaded to us about 10 days afterwards, even quicker than marrying in Australia. It takes about a month. But no, through they came. Anyway, why are we doing this video? Because everybody in their right minds is going to be sceptical. Everyone who takes their lives and their relationship and their future visa prospects seriously is going to worry that this may well blow up in their faces. That the Australian government would laugh at them and say, we don't accept this crap. No visa for you, scoundrel. That's a valid concern. It's a valid fear. I put myself in exactly the same position, and I would be the most annoying client in the world. I would be stressed beyond belief. Now I know this, and this is why people say, oh, I pestered Jeff. You don't pester Jeff. I'm quite happy with questions. You're entitled to be concerned, and you're entitled to ask. I would rather have informed clients, simple as that. Now the question everybody has been asking and no doubt waiting for is, can I get a visa with this? And can I get a travel exemption with this? Well, these are the facts. We have had travel ban exemptions granted to couples who married this way. We've had tourist visas granted to couples who married this way. We've had partner visas granted to couples who married this way. So yes, it can be done. It can be done, and it will continue to happen. It has happened. And thus the visa. So we have Shane and we have Donnie, who very kindly, they're not the only ones who are granted visas under this. Some people are a little shy. And Shane and Donnie were remarkably quick in getting these videos to us, and which we are extremely grateful. Now, I explained to them that there's very rightful scepticism experienced by couples who are still of two minds about this. They understood because they used to be exactly where you were. Now they have travel ban exemptions, they have visas, they're all right to go. So please watch, please enjoy, please share, and I hope this eases a lot of your concerns, and we look forward to helping you very soon, I hope. Thank you.
Hi guys, me and Angela have been one of those couples that have been kept apart due to the COVID pandemic. Unfortunate, but that's the circumstances at the moment around the world. We're in a long distance relationship for more than a year, and we're quite worried that we would not get to see each other until 2023. It was a good thing that Down Under Visa told us about the online weddings, and it was an exciting time to hear that. We were a bit sceptical at first, but since we were so desperate to see each other, we gave it a shot. We did it, we got married online. Everything went smoothly and surprisingly cheap, like Jeff told us. Now here we are, I'm waiting for my wife to arrive. We have a flight ticket for her to come very shortly. She got her visa and the travel exemption due to the fact that we were married. It gives you a better shot at getting the opportunity to be together. My advice to you guys is give it a try. It's scary, but at the same time, it's well worth it to be together in the long run. It's an easy process, and Down Under Visa will guide you through the process as well. So don't be afraid, guys, just do it. All the best, guys. I'm happy. My wife's coming soon. Couldn't be any happier. Thanks, guys.
Hi everyone, my name's Donnie, and I want to give a big shout out to Jeff and his team at Down Under Visa for helping my partner Aya and I secure our 309 visa, which was approved last week. So as you can imagine, we are both extremely over the moon. It has been a really long journey, and indeed a very emotional one as well. I just wanted to give you all a quick rundown of our situation leading up to this point, and hopefully our story can help some of the couples out there. In particular, I wanted to touch on the online marriage option out of Utah, and as crazy as it sounds, it actually did work. So a bit about our story. We lodged our PNV 300 back in February 2020. Up until this point right now, I haven't actually seen Aya in person for almost 16 months now due to COVID. And it was an extremely tough period for the both of us, and no doubt everyone here watching is going through that same pain at the moment. So the situation wasn't getting any better, and for us it was a long waiting game. Like travel exemptions for fiancés were not being granted. It was tough, like really tough. And then one day I remember reading Jeff's blog about online marriages in Utah, and that they were legally recognized in Australia, and it was a real viable option. I remember thinking to myself, this is outrageous and it could be complicated, online marriages, it's unheard of, right? So I can honestly say that we dismissed it quite quickly. So I guess over some time, we reconsidered it, right? So you have emotional tolls, etc. You're quite desperate. So, we actually took the plunge, right? We applied on the online portal, the Utah County portal. And I must say that the actual process was extremely easy. Very straightforward. So we scheduled a Zoom ceremony, and then with some of our witnesses, we actually got legally married online. So shortly thereafter, Jeff and his team converted the PMV 300 into a 309, and once that was lodged, less than 2 months, it was actually approved. So that was fantastic news to the both of us. So we're currently, I'm happy to report, in the process of getting Aya to Sydney, right? So hopefully very, very soon, we can begin our lives together in Australia, fingers crossed. So I guess for everybody watching this video, right, I urge you all to be very strong, right, and know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So if your love is genuine and true, any obstacles can be overcome, right, and things will eventually work out. So if you think that the Utah online marriage can help you, by all means, do your research and decide whether it's right for you, because it actually worked for Aya and I. So yeah, just give it a go.